Hi, I'm Carolyn. It may appear that I'm another 20-something-year-old frolicking through nature, extolling the virtues of living more closely connected to the natural world. And sure, that is one side to me. But the truth is, I'm just an average millennial living in a digital age. I spend more time in front of a screen than I do outside, and my hands spend more time scrolling and typing than being in contact with natural elements. But I've always felt most alive outside. I know I'm not alone in that feeling, so I try to spend as much time as possible in nature. But there is still this longing that I feel. I don't actually know very much about the plants and animals around me. I have the internet and access to more information within milliseconds than I could ever hope for, but I can't help but feel that I lack a type of knowledge that cannot be acquired solely through Google searches. I want to know the inner workings of the natural world. I want to feel so connected to my natural landscape that I can look around me and know what I can eat or what I can use as medicine. I want to be able to meet my basic needs if I have to. But gone are the days when we just took from the land what we needed, a process that minimally disrupted the environment and was done with gratitude. Now we make money to take from the land what we need, and we are removed from the interaction with the natural world in the process, but disrupting the environment more than ever before. You see, the reality is, I am reliant on the system for survival. The one where I trade my time for imaginary dollars that we all collectively agree are real, so that I can eat. Dollars. I sure could use more of those. But even if I had more of them, I'm tired of going to the grocery store and buying overpriced produce that's wrapped in plastic. It's like there's this barrier between me and my food. A physical one, yes. One that I can remove and throw away in the garbage, and then it gets sent to a landfill. But a different kind of barrier, too. One that prevents me from acquiring my food directly from the land itself and being able to meet my basic needs. It's this lack of intimately knowing the natural world around me that is keeping me entirely reliant on the system. And I don't just want to spend more time in the natural world. I want to get to know it more deeply. I know I'm not alone in this desire.
I guess the greatest act of rebellion, to be self-sufficient, self-reliant.
I do love a wild food harvest. Not only are you getting loads of free food, but it's just a nice, relaxing way to spend an afternoon.
Roughly 90% of history, our entire existence, has been about hunting.
If we just go out and have a look, really look, we can find all kinds of abundance to fill our pantries and apothecaries with.
I mean, you look at how many people have anxiety and depression nowadays. I think it's a result of the society that we've created. We live in this stressful world. It's always on the go, 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 go. It's just nice kind of living a simple life and kind of going at your own pace. You know, the work that you have to do on a homestead, like, you know, putting up firewood and gardening and everything else and collecting water and all of that, it's satisfying, and you feel a sense of accomplishment knowing that you're doing things that are worthwhile and they're directly related to your life.
For 1 month, I decided that I was going to forage 100% of my food. Just food that I harvested from the fruits of the earth in a way where I was able to reconnect with the plants while living in harmony with the earth.
I believe there is an awakening happening. People are beginning to recognize that modern society is a place where life is easy, but stressful. Easy in the sense that all of our basic needs can be met, so long as we make a certain amount of those dollars. But it can be mentally taxing and comes with a lot of downsides, like eating less nutritious food. And people are tired of it. People want health, vitality, and quality longevity. And they're realizing becoming a more active participant in their own survival and becoming more closely connected to nature is the key. But there are often barriers to overcome, one of them being a lack of knowledge. It can be an undertaking to remove if you haven't grown up in the bush with mentors who taught you, if you haven't dedicated a university degree to studying some aspect of the environment, or if you just simply don't have access to many natural areas. But it's not impossible for the average person in modern society to come to more intimately know the natural world around them, and to learn how to be less dependent on the system. At least, that's what I would like to prove. I really am an average millennial. I love nature like a lot of people do, but I don't have any cool survival skills or know how to identify very many plants. I really admire the contestants on the show alone, but if I was one of them, I wouldn't last long. And let's be honest, I would be terrified. But I want to learn to be an active participant in my own survival, to get in touch with my humanity on a different level, and that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully to show that anyone can, no matter what stage of life they're in, where they live, and no matter how much experience they're starting with. I believe we all deserve to develop a more intimate relationship with the natural world if that's what we desire. Because ultimately, we are a part of it. And when we are cut off from nature, we are cut off from a part of ourselves. I believe this is why so many of us feel a disconnect in our lives. And a lot of us don't even realize that's what's going on. But I believe within each one of us resides a wild side, one that has dwelt within us as a species since time immemorial. And that if we seek to become acquainted with this wild side in any degree, we just might feel more connected to ourselves and the natural world around us. I'm personally fascinated with the way our prehistoric ancestors lived as hunter-gatherers. Although we cannot revert back to that way of life entirely, I believe there is a lot to be learned from them in this effort to awaken our own wild and create a more healthful way of life for ourselves. I often refer to learning and implementing their wisdom in my own modern-day life as rewilding, a practice I believe can help to remove some of the barriers we face in pursuit of becoming healthier and more deeply connected to the land. It's this practice that gets me excited about not possessing the knowledge I desire right away. I have a lifetime of discoveries to be made, like a child learning what everything is around them for the very first time. I get to ask questions and be in relationship with nature, even if I don't know much about it, because that is how deeply we are a part of it. We feel a natural bond with it, even if our practical knowledge may not be very comprehensive. If any of this resonates with you, I hope you'll consider following my rewilding journey by subscribing and interacting with me in the comments. We are living in a very different time from that of our prehistoric ancestors, where most of us aren't growing up with a community of people who possess an intimate awareness and knowledge of the natural world. And I have mixed feelings about the internet, but I think that we can make it a better place. We can connect with like-minded individuals, and maybe we can awaken our wild together and support each other as we do so. Thank you so much for watching.